Hello, everyone. Welcome to English 2210. I'm just making sure I have everything. I'm your instructor, Renee Maluli, for this short duration of a little semester that we have. Before we get started, please make sure that you've fully read our course syllabus because this video is just going to highlight key points. Reading the whole syllabus cover to cover, as painful as it is, I'm with you on this journey. I can relate, I promise. I don't think talking over a 10-page document is very effective. It's a long video. It goes into like half an hour. I don't think it's good. But if you want to meet with me on Zoom and you want me to go over the syllabus with you, I'd be more than happy to. That's more effective. This class, you're not writing essays in this class. It's kind of a shock sometimes to students. It's not an essay English writing class. You still have to do a lot of writing, but it's a very different style of writing. In composition classes, you're learning how to expand your writing and write more and go into heavy detail. In a class like this, we're learning to still give important information but consolidate it and make it concise. So you're learning how to draft different types of workplace documents, emails, letters, memos, newsletters, instruction manuals, things like that. Very different. You're going to craft messages for an appropriate audience, learning who your audience is for the document and how to craft your message so that it's appropriate and understandable and easy to read for them, who your audience is. Identifying purpose of different rhetorical situations. A lot of the writing tasks you won't relate to. You're not currently involved in that situation. So you're placing yourself in that rhetorical situation to identify the purpose and who your audience is and how to design your document to meet that specific topic and situation. Situation and topic are interchangeable. They mean the same thing. Critically analyze ethical considerations in the workplace, which is very important and something that you could come across in your professional life. You may already have come across in the past. You're going to learn about design principles because, like I said, you're not writing essays in this class. So you need to learn how to design a document to make it easy to read, almost fun and interactive to read, and relevant to your topic choice. A lot of these assignments are open topic. So designing it so that it's appropriate to the organization that you're representing or the topic that you're representing is so important. We learn about design principles in this class, what color theory is, and maybe help you fall in love with Canva. Canva, if you don't know about it, it's a graphic design website. So not Canvas, Canva, and it's a graphic design website. This PowerPoint was created on Canva. It's a really cool website. I promise that you'll end up, if you don't like it, oh well, but a lot of students end up falling in love with it, and it's a great graphic design website to use for a lot of your projects particularly. And then towards the end of the semester, we'll learn a little bit about APA format because that's still important when we do research writing, a little bit of research writing towards the end. And like I said, you all, please feel free to meet with me if you want to go over the actual syllabus document. I'd be more than happy to go over it with you. I love going over the syllabus. I just like to highlight the key points in this screen recording so that I'm not talking to you for too long. This class is asynchronous, meaning it is 100% online. We do not meet virtually for class. So all my lectures, like the one you're watching here, were pre-recorded by me at an earlier time. That way, this class is designed, an asynchronous class in general, is designed for you to work at your own pace and your own schedule because you all have different schedules. Maybe you work, maybe you're taking other classes, life things going on. So asynchronous allows you to work at your own schedule. Be careful with that though, because it can slip by, time management can slip by, and you can lose track of time. So even though you work at your own schedule, you still have weekly deadlines. So within the week, you have your own schedule to pace yourself. We do have weekly deadlines that you have to keep an eye out for. So how is Zoom used? It may not be used by you at all, but hopefully you'll meet with me on Zoom if you ever want to talk about something in the class, if you ever want to workshop with me, or just have a general virtual meeting with me to discuss and or review any of your coursework. This is optional, but it's highly recommended because it really helps you make sure that you're staying on track with the tasks of the class. And if you have any questions, don't be shy. I hate asking questions too, so I understand the intimidation of it, but it's a great opportunity for us to interact one-on-one. Totally optional, but recommended. So how am I graded in this class? So the syllabus had a breakdown of that. Basically, there are 3 major projects. The first project is a nonprofit letter. Second one is a newsletter. And the third one is an instructions manual project. Those are all designed entirely different. They look entirely different. They're written entirely different. So it's already taken on the theme of the course where you're learning different workplace documents. You'll have some discussions where you get to interact with each other about different topics of the class. Some writing activities that will also be very different than these projects, a little shorter, but still part of the writing process. And then our final exam in this class, no test, no quiz. You do have some little final. It'll be a reflection memo. So just as you saw in the syllabus, there's certain policies with remakes and late work regarding all of these assignments that you're being graded for. Remakes, if we talk about the remakes, basically only 2 things are allowed to be remade in this class. The nonprofit letter project, that can be remade if you received a C or lower on it. And the newsletter project can be remade if you also received a C or lower. You have 1 week from when you receive the grade to revise and resubmit, and it will be for, if all my syllabus broke this down in a little more detail, that's why it's important to read the syllabus fully. If you revise it 100% based on all my feedback, I'll increase it by 1 letter grade. If half of the feedback is considered, it'll be increased by half a letter grade. And of course, if the exact same document is resubmitted, the grade will stay the same. The instructions manual project cannot be remade because it's due towards the very, very end of our semester. So we don't have time with it actually. And then any of the discussions, writing activities, and reflection memo are not allowed to be remade. Again, that's just because we move so fast in this class that it'll cause your current assignments and future assignments to suffer because it'll be like a domino effect. So again, like I said, when you see the syllabus, you'll see the breakdown of that remake of what I just said, with revising on feedback by the full letter grade fully, half feedback, half letter grade, no feed. If none of my feedback is considered, the grade will stay the same. I'm going to simultaneously jump back and forth just to make sure covering everything. All right. And then, so let me know if you all have any questions about these policies. I know every instructor has different policies with things, so it could get a little confusing. Late work, major projects. The nonprofit letter project will be accepted late up to 3 days with a 25% deduction. After that, it's a 0. Newsletter project, same rule. I'll accept it late up to 3 days at a 25% deduction of your grade. After that, it is a 0. Same with the instructions, up to 3 days with 25% deduction. After that, it will also be a 0. Nothing else will be accepted late. So the discussions, writing activities, and the final reflection memo will not be accepted late. Again, that's just time, and it's also just to keep you going with the class. It's always good to keep on task with what we're doing that current week, because then you'll just start to lose track, and it becomes overwhelming for you, actually, as well. So let me know if y'all have questions. Like I said, my syllabus has this as well. So this is the grade distribution. NMSU operates on the plus minus scale, so I incorporate that into my class now. So these are, the breakdowns of the grades. If you have questions, let me know. Just to see all those assignments in the percentage breakdown, each project is worth 15%, so 15, 15, 15. You'll have 4 discussions total at 5% each, so collectively those will be 20%, making sure my math is correct. Writing activities, I wanted a clean number, so that 30%. So we've got 4 of those at 7.5% each. So that'll total to 30% total. Final reflection memo is 5. So the grand total, if my math is correct, and I believe it is 100% by the end of the semester, our quick little semester. And classroom management, because we all have different policies, so it's important to consider mine for the class. It's the student's responsibility to drop themselves. I do not drop students. I hope that you don't have to drop the course, but if you have any concerns about grades especially, talk to me first. We can see, I can't make any promises, but we can see where you're at with your grade. And then if you do unfortunately decide, I mean, life happens. I understand. I've had to drop a class here and there in my day. If you feel that it's best that you need to drop, it is your responsibility to drop. So don't stay enrolled in the class because that will hurt your grade. A lot of students think if they just stop turning in grades that I'll eventually drop them, but I don't. So just make sure that you drop yourself if you do decide to drop. If you have questions about how to drop or how to get the paperwork, I can help you, but just make sure it's your final action to drop yourself. If you email me, expect a response within 24 hours or less. If I'm emailed over the weekend, I may respond over the weekend. It just depends what I'm doing in that exact moment when I receive the email. But for a peace of mind, just so you know, if you happen to email me over the weekend, expect a response by Monday. It might be earlier, but expect a response by Monday. Be kind, netiquette. The syllabus broke down netiquette. Be kind to others. Any tech error you have, take a picture of it. It's not that I don't believe you, it's that so I can visualize what it is and kind of guide you through it with the day and time included, right? It's good proof as well. Again, not that I don't believe you, but it's just so I know what's going on with the tech error. We're going to talk about plagiarism in this class. Make sure your work is written completely by you. Avoid plagiarism. A lot of these projects require you to write from your own interests. We'll do a little bit of research writing towards the end where you do need to borrow information from sources. But that's pretty much the only time. Original work written by you. Avoid plagiarism. Communication is key in any kind of classroom experience, especially critical in an online course because I don't talk to you every day, right? So it's key. Talk to me about anything going on with you. I'm blocking myself, so I'm going to move myself. So yeah, communication is key. I'm here to help you through this course experience, but I won't know anything's going on if I don't hear from you. So communication is the key. Most importantly, have fun. This class is so fun. I promise. It's a blast. I love it. I'm biased because I'm teaching it, but you can have a lot of fun with this class, with design, with the topics, with the writing even. So I want you to have fun. And please save our syllabus course calendar. This syllabus that you're seeing right here is not accurate. So when you see it, when you have it downloaded, it'll be 100% accurate, but I'm just making little tweaks. Our course calendar is critical so that you know what's due when. You can keep track of everything. So that's on the last 2 pages or so. So please make sure you save that, revisit it. It's there all semester. Quick overview of our course. Again, I'm still kind of running through and making sure everything's good to go for you. So it'll look slightly different from when you see it when the class goes live. But you'll start at module 0 and go through all these files. These are technical files just to make sure you're good to go and ready to get started and you have the syllabus and all that fun stuff. But you'll have all the weeks open for the semester. But I strongly recommend that you just take it week by week. Every Monday morning, I'll say, hey, welcome to week 1. Hey, welcome to week 2. So that's the best way to pace yourself is to stay within the weekly deadlines so that you don't get overwhelmed. Be careful and don't overlook those deadlines. And always, I promise you, it's painful at first, but it's better in the long run. Go in the order of the files. Start at the top and then go all the way through. You'll always see when there's an assignment that'll pop up, it'll have the due date next to it, and then everything else are files to facilitate and help you with those assignments, with the projects, with the writing activities, with the discussions. So always start at the top and run through the entire folder until you get to the end. And then when you go into the next week, start with the top, that's why I have them numbered, so that it's that logical reminder to go in that sequential order until you get to the end of the folder. The end of the file of that weekly folder, if that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, but pace yourself week by week, stay within the weekly deadlines. You can certainly move ahead if you're ahead, but if you're like me and you'd rather work week by week, every Monday I'll send a reminder like, hey, week 2's ready. Hey, week 3, get going. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Keep track of your grades on the grades tab. And my battery's low, so I think that's the end. Welcome, guys. Let's have a lot of fun. I'm so excited to get to know each and every one of you. Take care.